Hi, I'm Alan Gordon, author and creator of the Cycle of Mind system of mental training and the School of Ancient Wisdom, which is where you are right now. Right here, in this School of Ancient Wisdom, is the wisdom you've been looking for, and we're going to explore it together. So if you can, I want you to stop the constant searching for the next thing. Switch that part of your mind off. Just relax, settle in, and soak up the ancient wisdom that I'm sharing with you here. And here's my promise. The deeper you explore ancient wisdom, the more you're going to become aware of the unlimited possibilities of mind and the extraordinary future we can create if we work together in cooperation. Ancient wisdom is like our instruction manual. It guides us and it gives us our moral compass. So if we can learn to follow it, this wisdom will change our future. And I think it's truer today than it's ever been in any time in history. Ancient wisdom is the only medicine to heal the world. But before we start this journey, we need to get one thing straight. We need to be on the same page about this. Studying ancient wisdom is not an intellectual exercise where you just read it and you understand it. Wisdom was meant to be absorbed. It was meant to be put into practice in your own life. What I mean by this is you don't get wisdom out of a book. It has to be experienced. And the skills that you use in the outer world are of no value here in the inner world. In the outer world, you're analyzing, categorizing, and comparing. You're always trying to understand and learn as quickly as possible and then move on to the next thing. Well, that makes sense in the outer world, but those skills are useless in the inner world. Wisdom is not learned by intellectual analysis. It relies on feeling and flow. The outer world is one side of you that you're most familiar with, but the inner world is a completely different side of you that requires a calm balance of mind and emotion. There's no doubt in my mind that some ancient wisdom has been forever lost to time, but we still have so many areas of wisdom that have survived. And if you think back through history, each thread of this wisdom has been through its own living experience where it was taught and passed on to the next generation. Sometimes this wisdom was passed in writing, but most often it was passed on through a student or group of students who went on to become masters in their own right. These students absorbed the teachings into their own being and then passed it to the next generation. So I want you to try to feel the power of this wisdom as you absorb it into your own experience. So if we're on the same page, right, about living this wisdom, not just reading about it, if you're ready to think in new ways, if you're ready to wake up your latent abilities and you're ready to develop a more powerful inner flow, then let's proceed. Now, it would be a terrible mistake to rush into this material today and then just forget about it tomorrow. I want you to think of studying this wisdom in terms of months on a calendar, not hours on a clock. So just relax, breathe in all this wisdom and let it flow over you. Let it take over your being. Absorb those parts that you have time for right now in your life because there's no rush. There's no finish line. It's all going to be here when you're ready. This is your journey. Do not measure or compare yourself against anyone else. As you begin to control and direct the thoughts in your mind, your life will change slowly but noticeably. You're going to see changes in yourself over the first few days, then the first few weeks and months and years. Don't worry about going slow at first. Even if you only absorb the smallest grain of this ancient truth, once it enters into your mind, it's going to automatically spread to every area of your life. This wisdom is like a magic elixir that spreads light within you. So why do we need to preserve this wisdom? You'd think that with Google and YouTube and Wikipedia and 10 million different websites, that all of this wisdom is being preserved forever. But the opposite is true. The wisdom is actually becoming hopelessly diluted, and we're in danger of losing some of it forever. So the purpose of this school of ancient wisdom is simple: to collect and preserve the wisdom, but more importantly, to try to remain true to the original intent of the teachings. There are no economic barriers to ancient wisdom, and there are no racial barriers to ancient wisdom. The same abilities lie within each of us. The same blood flows through us all. So this essential wisdom is your birthright. And that means it belongs to you as much as it belongs to anyone else. The discoveries and the teachings of the great minds of the ages belong to you, not exclusively to the countries and schools and religions that have claimed them. This wisdom may have been cultivated in China, India, Egypt, or Tibet, but the wisdom does not live in one place. It appears whenever a sincere student puts it into practice, wherever there's a willing mind to receive it. Historically, wisdom of this nature was passed from a master to a small select group of students, sometimes only one student in a generation. These students would commit every minute of their lives to studying the teachings until they became absorbed into their beings. The study of ancient wisdom was never meant to be a casual undertaking. But today, it's simply not practical to spend decades in full-time study. So while I'm going to try to reduce the amount of time that it takes you to absorb this wisdom, you also have to give up the expectation of a quick fix. Weeks are good, months are better, years are best. See, you're not going to advance from point A, the person you are today, to point B, the person you want to be in the future, by just reading a book or watching a video or attending a workshop. Self-transformation is a spiraling process of improvement. First, you understand and experience one idea, then another, and another, and another. And every cycle of self-transformation reveals to you your true self with more clarity. This is more than anything a journey of self-discovery. But while it's your personal journey, don't travel alone. Connect with like-minded friends who are going to help you when you struggle. It's such a great feeling to have people around who are willing to care about you and help you. And that's going to give you the opportunity down the road to care about others who are going to need your perspective and your encouragement. We are much stronger when we work together.